So I'm customizing a CB500. It's gonna be pretty rad, dude. The great value of having fabrication skills, and the reason I love welding, is because it allows me to save money by making my own parts, which is so cool. And it's also how we are gonna be able to fix this bike without breaking the bank. That's the plan. And that is why we were gonna customize the CB500F. That, and just because I like to customize stuff. So let's take a look at the bike and I'll show you the rough plan at this point. Alright, so imagine this bike with a round headlight up here and a guard, a little rock guard on the headlight, different turn signals, some bar end mirrors, some body panel stuff here, different turn signals back here, a different tail light, this tail section completely gone here, and a new longer seat like right about in here, and some engine guard stuff around in here, and a sump guard down in here, and maybe like a radiator guard as well on it. Now it should be a fairly mild customization, but should change the look of the bike. It's not going to be a dramatic change like it was on the Honda Goldwing Bobber, but if you know what a CB500F looks like in stock form, you will be impressed by how much different it looks, I think. So this is what a CB500F looks like in stock form, and this roughly is what the HooptieDoodle CB500F will look like. Now this plan can and probably will change to some degree, but this is what I expect it to look like when it's finished. This plus a little rough edges, you know what I'm saying? It's scrambly. It's a scrambly looking bike. And I'm gonna scramble it up even more by adding on some saddlebags on the back of it that I can bolt on and off as needed for those moto camping adventures, possibly. So that's the plan. Though I will be using a welder and fabricating some parts, the overall look of this should be largely obtainable in the average home garage. So hopefully this build will inspire the customization of other modern CB bikes. Now the advantage to me and anybody else of using a welder is that I will be able to make my own custom parts for this bike, which will save me money, which is key to this build, because one of the goals is to find out how cheaply one can acquire a nice newer model bike as long as they're able to put in some sweat equity. Another goal of this build is to explore the potential of salvage bikes like this one. What is the process, the paperwork, all that stuff of getting one of these bikes back on the road? How much does it cost to do that? And can you end up with a nice bike at the end of this process? And apparently, because this bike is newer, it's hard to find the typical auto parts store service manual for it. I couldn't find one. So that has forced me to acquire the official Honda service manual for this bike. And also with this bike, it has fuel injection and a computer on it, which I find intriguing. So this is the manual we'll be using on this build. Should have all the tips and tricks that we possibly will need. And so this should be a quicker build overall, as we're starting with a running bike, which is exciting, and this is a mild customization, which shouldn't take as long to do. Now there will be a number of small pieces here and there, some custom parts that I'm going to be making, and I'm looking forward to the challenges of some of those because there's some things that I have not done before. And as always, I'm going to be bringing you along in good detail to show you how I approach things and possibly fan the fires of inspiration in yourselves. Yeah! And so I'm looking forward to the great comments that I know you're going to provide to me and good tips on how to go about doing different aspects of this build. And together, we're going to make a cool bike. I know it. It's going to be great when we're done. This should be a fun build and a good dive into the salvage bike process. Let's hope we come out the other side with a great bike. A great bike. So thanks for watching, everyone. Keep enriching yourselves, and we'll see you as this build progresses.